Hey friends, welcome to Andy's Audio Crap, where we talk about audio crap in all of its glory. Today's audio crap happens to be a piece of McIntosh crap. It's really not crap. Let's get into it. First, I want to thank everybody who is shopping at the eBay store, Andy's Audio Crap, where I've put all my spare parts and records and anything you buy there is just helping me support my addiction to audio gear. Today's gear is the McIntosh C32 preamplifier. This thing is an absolute beast. I don't know what it weighs in at, but it's probably a solid 45, 50 pounds. Maybe it's lighter, but anyways, the dude is heavy with this case. And I bought it from the original owner, gosh, a couple of years ago. I've held on to it. I really like this one. But my room, if you've seen some of my other videos, is really weird because to the left, it's wide open, and to the right of the listening position, there's a wall. And so the left and right, I don't know what you'd call it, tone response is a little bit different. So I need less echo coming from the right hand side. Echo is probably the wrong word to put to it, but you get the point. I need different tonation on left and right sides, and this doesn't allow me to do this. This assumes that the room is pretty even on both sides, like the sound treatment and such. So not true in my case. So anyways, I tried out a Carver that I have on another video and absolutely fell in love with it. The Carver has a couple more features that I feel for what I tend to listen to, or how I listen to, the media I listen to, fits a little bit better. So not that this is a bad preamp. In fact, it is absolutely killer good. It's just, you know, one of those things. It's personal choice. So I'm going to go through the features of this dude and try and cover it all. There's a big fan following of these. There's probably going to be better videos out there of these, but we'll just go ahead and add ours into the stack here and see where it lands. On all of these, you have low frequency, or I'm sorry, so all of your buttons down here are just functions, right? So you have power, you have speaker out 1 and 2. So you can actually, you have a main out, which is what we're hooked into now, and then you have speakers 1 and speakers 2. So you can actually run this preamp to 3, well, depending on how you're setting settings, that was maybe 6 amplifiers without having to split your cable. And then you have your high and low frequency filters, which I never ended up using them because the equalizer frequencies up here are really good, and I'll show you here in just a second. So the EQ out, so this allows you to go out to an EQ, which is different than this EQ, and then come back in. The record monitor is basically your tape, and then your phono 1 and 2. And I usually just ran one phonograph off of it. My place where I keep all of my stuff doesn't allow for two phonos. 2 headphone out and tape in and out over here. And then these 2 buttons on the outer side are butt releases to release it from the case. These are a little bit tricky to get them to seat in their case correctly. This one is still just a little bit, you know, if I'm a perfectionist, I'm going to tell you, it's still a little bit crooked. It's not setting perfectly, and I fidgeted with it, and I just don't really care so much about it to go after it. The case is on these, the glass. In my case, it is not flaking, but it's got the air bubbles in it right in here. You can see one there, and then up along the top. This is just something that happens on a lot of them. You can buy replacement faceplates. A lot of people have done that. While you're in there, you might as well go ahead and change all your lighting out, change it to LED and such. I have not done any of that. Although It has had regular maintenance, such as deox and making sure that all the specs are as close as can be. And yeah, some you just don't play with, right? You just leave them alone, just leave it be. It has not been recapped, so I have no idea what it would sound like if it's recapped. It sounds really good right now as it is. On your record, so these are all of your record. You got aux, tuner, tape 1, tape 2, tape 3, and phono. On the listen, so this is the inbound side, and then you have all the same on the listen side, and then on the mode selector you have stereo reverse, stereo, mono, left plus right to left, and you can read those, right? If you want to look this up on the mode selector, there's all kinds of jazziness going on here, but what I'm really anxious to start showing you is how it manipulates the sound. So just
every day, call it replication.
So this is the 30.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
150.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
500.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
1500.
Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason.
And then 10K.
Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other
Which
times I'm
on these speakers, these are edifiers. These are edifier speakers, and they're just, I got them set in neutral right now so that we can really kind of play with this. I usually had it like, I think I tailed it off on like this, so a little bit more aggressive around the bass side, just because they're smaller speakers.
Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time is how you walk.
Sounds absolutely killer good. Makes these speakers absolutely to die for good. All right, so over here you have your balance and your loudness. Balance is the outer ring, and then your inner ring or knob is the loudness. And the loudness is variable. And the idea that I think it was Cheap Audio Man. I think his name's Randy, but he would say you set this and then you find your loudness. About right there. So that is that, right? Sounds absolutely wonderful. Now, the thing I don't necessarily care for on this preamp is this expander piece right here. Now I'm noticing as I'm listening to it on these edifiers, it actually does function fairly decently, but my main listening area is Martin Logan's and La Scalas, and man, the La Scalas did not like this expander. I just don't know if it's just a horn thing or what, but it hated them. It hated it, or them, or this, it either or. So owner's manual came with it, and it is how to use it, of course. Some specs, performance, and then I have the service manual, which is full of schematics. So if you wanted to actually service the dude, pretty cool. And then it has the flyer that came along with it, like a marketing flyer. Pretty cool. And then a product analysis. Now I don't know if this is like an independent product analysis. It seems to be kind of anonymously published. So it might be actual like, hey, this is McIntosh put this out. I'm not really sure. There's not a copyright in it that I can quickly identify. So chances are this is put out by either McIntosh, or maybe it was the seller of this one had these there. This one is for the tuner, and I did not have a chance to get the tuner. The tuner was gone before I picked this one up. All right, let's turn it around. Got to scoot it forward a little bit here and take a look at the back, which, as in the case of a lot of these tend to be pretty sunk in the back. And let me roll this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more in there. All right, you have the turntable power on this side, and then there's switched, and you have the auto and the manual. And so this allows you some variation in how you're getting power to things. And then this here is a monitor out. Now what I did is I used this for my sub, and I think it's 3 watts. I can't remember. I read at one point there's enough wattage on here to drive the high side of an amp input. And then you have all of your inputs over here. So there is tape 3 through phone 01, and then you have your outputs, which you have your 2 output 1 and 2, and then your main. And again, there were switches on the front to push all or to activate these, which allows you, to turn on different speakers and different amps, whatever it is that you want to turn on, right? And then you have your line through tape 1. And that's pretty much it. It's just an absolutely viciously good amplifier, preamplifier that is. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to let it go or not, but I really don't want it to sit around. And they have, man, when I bought this thing, it was not, it was kind of your average run-of-the-mill Mac price, and now these have become quite desirable. So I might go ahead and sell it just to get more money flowing in so that I can play with more audio gear, because I have an addiction. All right, you guys, I really appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. I'm trying like heck to film everything as it's coming through for service, and as I get stuff in that's working, and not going to the parts bin. Again, go check out that eBay store. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.